One of the most overlooked parts of business building is email marketing. Sure, it's not as flashy as, say, Facebook ads, but after the last iOS update, let's just say you can't build a business on Facebook ads alone. So, if you're wanting an extra pillar of revenue for your business, well, let's go ahead and learn about email marketing. Hey marketing mechanics, I'm Dane, and I run Rockstar Integrator. Rockstar Integrator is a business that focuses on creating marketing automations for coaches and course creators. So if you're looking to really put your business on autopilot, go ahead and subscribe down below because I'm going to be making more content like this. Since we're starting at a beginner's level of email marketing, I'm going to be talking about what email marketing really means, some softwares, and also what not to do or what not to send to your subscribers. Oh, and by the way, I sometimes do car stuff too, so just giving you that heads up. So let's start off with what is email marketing? Well, I'll put you like this. Say every person that you knew, you had a way to contact them. And say that's an email address. For example, bob@aol.com. I'm sure there probably isn't a bob@aol.com, but say you had a bunch of those guys. Well, when you're email marketing, you're contacting every single person that you have an email address at once. So pretty much when you have all these people's email addresses, you pretty much have them like literally on a list that is on a piece of software that allows you to send emails in bulk. But think of it this way, it's really your customers when you could say theoretically just print out a list of email addresses. Now that last part is really important because think of it this way, these are people that you can directly contact. Unlike say Facebook ads, which I typically do, I'm not really able to talk to one person directly. I am usually targeting an interest group of people that are in there, and it's kind of up to Facebook to let me run ads to them. Or say if you're doing social media marketing and you're on Instagram. Sure, you might have followers on Instagram, but it's not like you have a literal list of people that are wanting to hear from you. Now speaking of social followers, think of it this way, the people who have literally given you contact information are going to be a lot more invested in you. Say if you're on Instagram or on TikTok, well, if you have a person who is following you, they're only going to be seeing your stuff when they're on that social platform. And of course that is if the algorithm, whichever way it wants to blow that day, even allows them to see your content. So the people on social, they're kind of a warm audience and they're kind of a lukewarm audience. However, on your email list, those people there that have literally put their hand up and said, I'm interested in you in some way, shape, or form. I've bought something, you did a freebie, or I just subscribed to a form on your website. There's a lot more interest than the very passive social versus the very active, I'm on your email list. I want to hear from you. Now, let's talk about how are people getting on this list? Well, there's a couple of different ways. On your website, you might have a contact us form. That would theoretically put them on the list. If someone has opted in for a lead magnet from you, they're going to be on your list. And of course, say if someone actually buys something from you, say if you had a Shopify store, well, sure enough, they're going to be on your list. Now, this sounds very vague right now because it's like list. Okay, but where is this list? Well, that's where the email software comes in. Because here's the thing, sure, you could theoretically just have an entire CSV file of email addresses from, this, that, and the other thing. But the thing is, you're not going to be using, say, your Gmail or your Yahoo account and email each and every one of these people on your email list. You're not going to be emailing them manually. You're going to have a piece of software to do it. Sure, if you have like 2 people you're emailing, that's probably fine. If you have 500 or 5,000 or 500,000, you're not going to be sending an email to each and every person yourself. That would be insane. So that's where the software comes in. Now, a couple of popular softwares are MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, Infusionsoft, and Constant Contact. For a majority of my clients, I use ActiveCampaign. Heck, I use it myself. The reason why I like using ActiveCampaign is not only is it really good at sending emails, it has so many other functions that, say, a competitor like ConvertKit unfortunately doesn't have. So, in a lot of my content, I'll be using ActiveCampaign, but you can pretty much follow on with whatever software you decide to go to. If you're interested in ActiveCampaign, click down below. So now that we actually have the software, that's where all of your contacts are going to go. So say a person buys something on Shopify, they're going to be automatically added to your email software. Now, of course, I can't show you how to do each and every one of those, but pretty much people are joining your list because they're opting into a form that your software is connected to. They're opting into a freebie that your email marketing is going to take care of, and I actually have a video on that. And then, of course, last, they're going to be joining if they actually purchase something from you. Great, so now we know who our email list is, where our email list is in our software. The thing is, now what do we send them? Now, if you're very much a product-based company, you can kind of get away with doing what a lot of very large corporate companies is. Say, for example, whenever I get an email from Late Model Restoration, it is wall-to-wall images and promotions. But guess what? Their email list is probably hundreds, if not millions of contacts. They're just going to be focusing on pushing out product. And that's fine for them. And if you have a smaller Shopify store, yeah, that kind of makes sense. That's going to be what you're going to have. Hey, check out this other product I have. But if you're a small to mid-sized business, you can't just simply keep on whacking them with promotions. So what I mean by that is you really need to nurture people. Because if all you're sending is promotions like, hey, you bought, buy now, or say, for example, a person opts in just into your contact form, now they're starting to get emails from you about like, hey, time to buy something. It's like, whoa, it's kind of like dating. Okay, so think of it this way. When you're out on a date and you pick up your guy or gal, you're not just gonna immediately try and kiss them. Sure, there might be some people that'll go that way, but you're not gonna immediately try and kiss them, or heck, to make it a little bit more drastic, when you meet someone for drinks and it's the first time you meet, you're not gonna bring an engagement ring. I'm sure there's a TLC show about doing that, but you're really not gonna say, hey, my name is Dane, how are you? By the way, will you marry me? Ease up. That's the best way to put it, like ease up a little bit. And talking to people via email is the exact same way. You don't want to just try and smother them with promotions. You want to make sure you're nurturing them with some pieces of content. So let's talk about what that means, nurturing people with content. When it comes to content marketing with email marketing, it's really an 80-20 give then ask. When it comes to the type of content, think about what type of business you're running. If you're running a coaching product, maybe there is some type of coaching content you should be making and emailing to them. If you're a Shopify store and you have a physical product, maybe you can actually do, say, updates on the product. Or another idea is how to use the product. Think of it this way, unboxing videos and showing how people are using the product as well. I think I actually mentioned their name already. This Mustang company called Late Model Restoration, they actually do really good YouTube content. I'll put a link to their channel there because they sell hundreds of thousands of Mustang parts. The thing is that not only do they just simply say, hey, buy our stuff, they will also send out content videos on YouTube. They will do editorials about recent car shows. Now, I'm on their email list because, what a surprise, I do Mustang stuff. So it's like, oh, that's cool. You're telling me all this cool things that you're doing with the new Mustang parts and what's coming down the line. When I'm gonna buy something new, I'm probably gonna look at your website first. So breaking that down, not only do they show me promotions of sales that are coming up, and I'm already a target person that would buy from them, not only do they send promotions, but they also send a lot of content that interests me. So say if you had a coaching business, maybe it's doing a couple of quick snippets of, hey, this is something I learned today, or this is a new meditation to try out. People that are already going to be interested in hearing from you on that subject. On the flip side though, if you just say, hey, you need to get coaching from me right now, time to get coaching, 50% off coaching, it's like, we get it. You want my money. I mean, sure, it's a business and a business has to make money, but you don't need to beat people down with it. So when it comes to content, think about what is it that you're offering and how you can educate and nurture these people so they actually want to buy from you because they've built that trust with you. You are obviously not here to make a quick buck and disappear the next day. You're here to stand the test of time. So now that we understand what type of content, let's see about how can we make this more automated so we don't have to do it all the time. Because sure, you can send this as a campaign broadcast, but you can also set up an automation where you can start to nurture people automatically. Now, a popular strategy that I like to do is, say when you have a lead magnet, I like to create an entire marketing automation. Again, I'm gonna have a video on one of these. What you wanna do is after they get the freebie, give them a couple of days to simmer. So say for example, this is a pretty classic one, you have a free opt-in for XYZ thing. After that, you wanna give them a couple days and then send them a, hey, here's a piece of content email. Wait a couple more days. Hey, here's a piece of content. See, after they get the freebie, they're now starting to be nurtured along the path. So after, say, maybe a 2-week automation where people are getting nurtured, you're gonna have an ask. Buy my product. Here is my service. Let's do something. And with that being said, that is the basis of beginner's email marketing. You're getting people's contact information, you're putting them in a piece of software, and you're sending them emails. Emails about content, emails about products. So not only are you getting a very hot and warm audience that's gonna be jumping up for sales when they do come up. They're also going to be your most reliable source of customers, because not only are they coming in, they're just so much more supercharged to go ahead and buy from you because you're directly giving them pieces of content, instead of having to rely on, say, Instagram to figure out what its algorithm is going to be like that day.
Hey, it's Dane from the training you just watched. And I want to thank you, honestly, for getting all the way through the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and even leave a comment on something else you'd like me to cover. Down below in the comments and the description, I have some free resources for you guys to take care of, so just go for it. Business is hard enough. I'm just trying to give as much as possible.